come on, we're back. We're bad. You're black. I'm mad.
Good man. Hey, listen. If we're going, shouldn't I have a gun?
No.
You think that when you die, you go to heaven. You come to us.
Cannot complete your call as dialed.
One more day to Halloween. One more day to Halloween. Super Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Excuse me, Laurie.
Oh, Mr. Brackett, I'm sorry, Mr. Brackett.
Oh, I didn't mean to startle you. You know, it's Halloween. I guess everyone's entitled to one good scare, huh?
Oh, Peter, mate. I just walked into my studio and I could have sworn I went through a spider's web. I haven't got any spiders on me, have I? Can you have a look?
No,
spiders on me.
Can't see any, mate. No, I think you're all. Yeah,
spiders, I can't stand them.
No.
Oh, that's a relief. I was worried there for a second. I can't stand spiders.
No,
welcome, everybody. I hope everyone is well. I'm Vass. I'm totally Vass, and this is totally my homeboy Pete, and we are totally doing something new for our channel. We are totally going to watch John Carpenter's totally awesome Halloween. So I hope you can join us for that. How are you doing, Pete?
I'm good, mate. May I say happy Halloween, Vass? It is a total pleasure to spend Halloween with you, my man. This is, I've been looking forward to this, mate. It's always good to watch John Carpenter's Halloween. It's something that I do every Halloween anyway, so it's great to do this with friends, mate. Thanks for having us.
I don't think I've ever watched it with you. Don't think.
No, I don't think so. I don't think we've ever watched this film together. We've talked about this film many times, but we've never watched it together. So, is
there anything else you do like on Halloween? Because you know when you go outside, it doesn't feel very Halloweeny outside, does it? When you go outside.
No, I think it's because it's a Monday night, mate. And if it was a weekend, the kids are normally about that kind of thing. But we've only had one set of kids here Halloween in today, and I've bought shed loads of plum and chocolate and sweeties and stuff like that. So I've had one. So at the moment, the missus is downstairs. She's getting dressed up. I don't know what for, but you know, she enjoys it. You know what I mean?
You don't need a reason to get dressed up, do you?
Exactly. The dog at the moment is wandering about the house dressed up as a bumblebee. So you've just got to get into it. And Molly's downstairs carving pumpkins and stuff. So you know, it's great. I tend to watch John Carpenter's Halloween on Halloween, and then I'll do a lucky grab from the video cabinet and pop something else on. And
I like listening to some like Halloweeny sort of like spooky songs. So I listen to like Thriller like 5-6 times in a row, and Ghostbusters. Parker Jr. I listen to that just to get me in the mood while I'm in the car chigging away. That's what I normally do. And then when I get home, I can watch some stuff. But I'm totally looking forward to this. That reminds me, I was meant to carve my pumpkin because I had it just drawn in. Yeah. I thought if I did it when I started using this at the beginning of the month, it was going to go bad in it. So I was meant to get it all cut out. I should do it now while I watch the movie. I should get it all cut out and stick the candle in and do a bit of pumpkins work there, but I'm not gonna because I'll cut.
No, good luck with that. I mean, I have to say, I'm 46-year-old, mate, and I've never successfully managed to carve a pumpkin in my life. Like they all look like shit when I do it. Like Ruth can do it no problem. It looks like a character of fish. She's done Christopher Walken from Sleepy Hollow downstairs, and it's got the jaggy teeth and everything like that.
Oh wow, you should have brought that up, man. I would have loved to have seen that, man.
That's pretty good. Well, I'll see if I can get it. But like I say, mine look like shit. They don't even look.
Talent, isn't it? It's a talent, really. I mean, some people can do it really, really well. Like that little girl from Trick or Treat. That little girl from Trick or Treat was doing a bonza job, wasn't she? A whole bloody garden had like 50 pumpkins in there. I'm like, she's like 12 years old. I'm like, flipping hell. How are you doing that, woman?
I think it's because I'm quite a lazy person, mate, and it's the realization of when you cut the top off the fucking pumpkin, all the insides don't just fall out. You have actually got to carve them out, and it's working.
It's a messy business, isn't it? Yeah,
it is. So, you know, if there was an actual pumpkin shop that sold pre-carved fucking pumpkins, I'd go buy one of them. I'd pay a tenner for a one that was carved awesome. You know what I mean? I'd pay a tenner for that. So for next year, maybe someone should do that, man. But yeah, I'm crap at stuff like that, man.
Yeah,
just crap.
Right, so let's crack on with some comments, and then we're going to try this. I don't know how it's going to go. We've never, people in the chat or whoever's watching, we've never done this before. Never done a watch party before. We're going to try something, and hopefully we won't get blocked. We might get taken down. We'll see. Fingers crossed. It's Halloween, it's our lucky night, so maybe we'll get away with it. So we'll see. We will see. Let's have a look at some comments here. Oh, the main man, Dave's here. Happy Halloween, Dave. And everyone here as well, yeah.
Happy Halloween.
Our favorite night of the year. Dave says, I have Halloween on store-bought VHS tapes. Which version? On DVD and also on I think there's a couple of spelling mistakes there. Oh, here we go. Dave, they have Halloween on store-bought VHS tapes or the TV version on DVD. I think mine's got both. Mine got both versions on.
Yeah, it should do. The TV version.
Yeah, I used to have the DVD. No, the DVD used to have that hologrammy cover on it, and that used to have both versions in it. It was like a double disc.
Yeah.
For some strange reason, I gave a bunch of DVDs to the charity shop, and then years later regretted it. I don't know why I did that, because I upgraded to this. This is quite a long time ago, and I upgraded, and I thought, well, I don't need the DVD now. I've got the Blu-ray, and then now, of course, I regret it because that cover with the that cool cover there, like that transfer thing on it. That's really awesome.
Yeah. Oh well, listen, you know, now and then you regret charity, you know, but it's one of those things. But never give away special editions, mate. Always keep them, even if you whack it in the cupboard and forget about it. Keep your special editions, man.
Yeah, you know what I used to have in my old car. This is like 2 cars ago, and I used to have a Michael Myers bobblehead. I think I bought it from some China or somewhere, but it was really cool. And the only place it would fit in my car is like, you know, in between the 2 front seats. You got the gear stick there. You normally have like a little holder there for a cup for the back seats. It used to sit nicely there, but perfectly round bottom. It was like porcelain. It was like proper thing. A nice cool bobbly head. You used to have it sat there. It was cool. But then we went on a long trip and somebody kicked it and kicked the head off it and like kicked it off in a way where like a bit of it like totally broke off.
Coming back. Yeah, and
it's not coming back. I should have just put it on a shelf to look at, like I should do. Lesson learned there as well, because I used to love that thing.
Damn it, man.
You want to show off if you have something nice. You want to show off, don't you? So I thought, what's it good doing on my shelf? And nobody comes in my room. But that was before I had a YouTube channel. There you go.
Damn it.
Anyway, back to Dave. Dave said, yeah, never mind. The TV version on DVD had, and the regular anniversary type edition on Blu-ray DVD. But today, you'll be watching it for free on the cable on demand. Yeah, it's everywhere. It's you type in Halloween 1978 full movie, it'll come up on YouTube like 5-6 different places.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm hoping ours isn't going to get taken down. Dave says, sorry, typo, I was using speech to text. I meant to say I have Halloween on many different formats. Yeah, Halloween is the one movie where I had it on VHS, then lots of times on VHS, then had one of the first movies I got on DVD was that one. And then when I started using Blu-ray, one of the first ones I got was Halloween. It was Halloween in the Thing. Always Halloween in the Thing. Yeah, but I haven't upgraded to 4K yet because I don't have a player.
It's one of those films that you've got to have in your collection. Whenever I buy a movie, mate, I buy a movie with this crazy scenario in mind that the Russians are going to shut the internet down. So
that's what we're going to have.
what physical media do I need in my life and that? So when I'm fucking locked up in my old house and that, you know, like that guy off the Twilight Zone in the library and that, what movies do I need? And that,
don't break your glasses, Pete. You'll be fucked.
Exactly, man. Oh, talking about my glasses, mate, right? These are new glasses. Do you know why they're new glasses, mate? Because my fucking dog ate my glasses over the weekend, man. My fucking dog ate my glasses. Jeez, and they were nice glasses as well, man. They cost me a couple of quid. So I've had to get new fucking glasses just because of my dog this weekend. So yeah, I'm not overly enamored with that dog at the moment. Anyway, sorry, mate.
Your dog, man, honestly, he's like a menace. Absolute menace, Pete.
Yeah, totally, mate. Totally. Not one of my brighter ideas, that, to be fair.
Dave says, I don't know if it has commercials on the on-demand version, but I'll find out. Yeah. You know, that's the thing about Halloween, you know, it's one of those movies where it doesn't matter what format you watch it on, you know, you get something out of it. Like even on VHS or when it was on TV, it was on 4:3 aspect. It has a certain sort of charm to it, doesn't it? Yeah. That grainy sort of look to it. And then when you get it on DVD and the picture's a bit nice and it's widescreen and it's like a new, like you're feeling it anew again. And then on Blu-ray and then I assume on 4K as well. It's just one of them movies that just works on every single format, which I think is great.
You're absolutely right, mate. I mean, I'm sure I speak for you as well here, but I dare say the first 10 times you and me saw this movie was from TV. So we probably didn't know anything else but 4.3 until they released their screen VHS box, you know, for the one in 100 people that had widescreen TVs at that point in time. But it was only when you put that tape in your 4.3 telly that you realized how narrow that actual band of picture was, and how much John Carpenter had actually put into a frame, and you know, and it was like watching a completely different movie, but with the same awesomeness, you know. So yeah,
totally, yeah. The only thing about pan and scan is that I quite like the panning bit on pan and scans, where they would have a 4:3 frame and then they would move to the side to catch the important part. I used to like that. I used to like give it a bit more like momentum to the movies you're watching. I used to quite like that. Even though it's got that kind of
motorized movement to it. It feels quite cinema. You're right. It does,
it definitely has a charm to it. Horror Lives Matter. Oh, that's me. Happy Halloween. Spelt wrong, but never mind. This Rabia. Hi, babe. Thanks for dropping by. And there's Hassan, always my biggest supporter. Hi, mate. I hope you're feeling pretty good today. Hope your arms a bit better. Dave saying hi, Rabia. Hi, Mr. Hassan. Dave says I watched an hour of this movie again the other day, and I do watch it every Halloween once all the way through, so this is very, very fitting. Hi Dave, hope you're well. Happy Halloween. Oh, this is nice. I don't know what that says.
No,
and I don't know. Oh, hi, I guess. What is that? That's code. Video Tasties. Are we live on your channel again?
Oh, we love it.
Awesome. Dave says, do you, Vass and Pete, like the TV version of Halloween 78? I love the extra scenes. Halloween Choose TV version I saw a long time ago, and I've seen those extra scenes again recently, and that's good too. You know what it is? I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but the TV version, we never actually got the TV version. They always just showed the theatrical cut, didn't they?
Yeah, I think you're right, mate. I think you're right. I think if I might be talking bullshit here, but I do remember Halloween being shown in 2 parts when I was a kid, and when it was shown in 2 parts, and when it was shown in 2 parts, I think
you mean before and after the news.
Possibly, quite possibly, mate. Quite possibly, but I remember when it was shown in 2 parts. Halloween, when it was shown in 2 parts, they had the prison footage in there, the extra scenes in there, but generally it was on Channel 4, which was always the theatrical version. On BBC, always the theatrical version. And then when obviously the DVD came out, it was kind of the extra cut was whacked in there. You know what? It's got its charm, mate. But the theatrical cut is so tight. It's a bit of a masterpiece now. I don't think anything should mess with it. It's kind of like have you seen The Thing, the TV version of The Thing that's on the oh mate, have a look at it. It's fucking horrendous, right? Have a look at it. It's on the DVD, mate, right? The Thing TV version, and basically it's so jarring because at the start of the movie, it's got this voiceover guy, and he's going, R.J. McCready, introduces all the characters. R.J. McCready, Vietnam pilot, alcoholic, bit of a washout. Really? Yeah, and then they'll speak, and he introduces all the characters like this, and there's so much kind of narration through. They cut all the gore out. That whole spider head sequence, man, it's like it doesn't happen at all. It's been cut with a meat cleaver. John Carpenter said the head of the studio did it to spite him because the thing lost so much money, so he had to sell it to TV to try and get some money back. So he locked John Carpenter out the editing room and just edited it himself. And I mean, it's a fucking hack job, and even it's even out of continuity as well. So someone who's already dead, I think will pop back into frame and that, and you'll be like, what? It's a hack job, like. But
where can you see that? Where can you see that version?
That's it's certainly on all the Blu-rays, and I think it's on the special edition DVD as well, mate. So yeah,
is it?
Yeah.
I think I must have just the regular.
And it's also on the net, mate. It's also on the net.
Oh, is it? I might check that out.
Yeah, check it out, mate. It's it is horrific, to be fair. It's horrific, but the voiceover guy is comedy, to be fair.
No, it's just the feature length documentary, Terror Takes Shape. That's the only thing that's on this one.
Oh, okay. Well, you can definitely get it on YouTube, mate. I know it's available there, but it's definitely on the Blu-rays as well.
Yeah, I'd be interested to watch this like as a curiosity. Yeah, totally,
100%, mate.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm the same, Pete, with the TV version. When I watched the extra scenes, they were like super interesting, but like you said, it's pretty perfect the way it is. I think they took it out for a reason. So I'm pretty happy with it. I know some people find Halloween boring.
Yeah, no, I've heard a few
even more boring than the TV version.
But no, the TV scenes were shot after the movie was shot, so they got Donald Pleasance back in after the movie was shot to pad it out for TV. So they could remove some of the violence and pad it out for TV. So they were reshoots. Yeah.
Oh wow, you know everything, man. My sister says you are not to be trusted with any sharp implements, fam. I know, yeah. I'm a dangerous man with a sharp weapon. Hassan says slightly agreed. Yeah. I've got many cuts and bruises. Dave says yesterday on my YouTube channel I upload 2 short videos that I put on my TikTok. I also put them now on the YouTube. One of them I'm screaming like Dr. Loomis for good fun under the shorts. I'll check that out, mate.
Yeah, me too.
I didn't get any notifications actually. Dave says back in 1978 when it came out, my father went and saw it. Surprisingly, he didn't bring me. He brought me to Jaws, and I saw that twice the first week it opened in the theaters. Thanks to him, though. Wow,
that's cool.
That is very cool. Dave says not to hit the same drum again, but we already know how old I am. Let me think. 52. Yeah. Lol. And it was weird. My dad came home and told me way more graphic detail stories than what he saw. I found out.
Okay.
Dave says somehow I guess he got more of an impression that it was way more violent than I was. Yeah. I don't know, maybe he was just trying to spook me more, but I remember him hating the ending totally.
I think that could be said for a few horror movies back in the day. Halloween being one of them. It's not massively violent. There's not much bloodshed in the movie. And same with Texas Chainsaw, but everybody remembers Texas Chainsaw being a gory romp. It's anything but. Same with Halloween.
Dave says Halloween 2 also has a TV version. I saw a long time ago. Recently, I saw those scenes again recently. I think that makes the movie a little better.
Again, I've never seen the TV version of Halloween 2. No.
Yeah, it was ages before I saw Halloween 2 for the first time because it was one of the band movies, wasn't it?
Video Nasty, yeah, that's right. That's right.
I remember it came out in a double feature.
it's pretty, it takes a while to get going, but once Halloween 2 starts going, it is nasty. Like, the kills are bloody nasty in that movie. Like,
yeah. Right, should we give this a go then, Pete, and hope for the best?
Yeah, fingers crossed. Absolutely.
Right, guys, let's get this movie on. Okay, back. Right, let's hope. Right, the question is, can you hear the music on your end, Pete?
Very, very quietly. Yeah,
good,
very
good.
Very,
that's
very
what I
quietly.
want. I want it just audible, just in case. So at any moment we could get took off air, but yeah, this is an interesting experiment.
Nice.
That's great, man. It's all the credit to this movie is so good, man.
Yeah, totally, man. It's so bloody simple. It's just a slow pan in, and it works perfectly. Again, the title sequence to this is also very bloody influential. After this movie, everyone, people started doing title sequences like this, but this is often been imitated, but probably never better. To be fair, this is the one. Like,
yeah. I'm wondering if I put a little bit of music in the background just to cover over the theme. It might help us out a little bit, mix it up a bit, and if I might turn it down or up as we go. That looks big on my wall. It's
that
like
looks pretty awesome.
Pumpkin's like this big. I like it, man. I should use my projector more.
Totally, mate. I didn't realize you had a projector, man. You should get that fired in, man. I used to love my projector.
I've got one of them screens, one of those automated screens where it's like it's a big thing attached to the wall, and you press a button and it comes down.
Really?
And you can put a film on it, but I've honestly been about a year since I've used it. But I used to use it on special occasions, like when people come round and things, and blast the movie on, hook it up to the surround sound, and have a good time. But I don't know, man. It takes a lot of prep to do that sort of thing, like setting everything up. So sometimes it's just easy just to bloody whack on a movie on the TV.
That's it. If you're setting the projector up each and every time, it's a fuck about. It's not so. When in my old house, I had a spare room, so I just made it the projector room. So the projector stayed in the same spot constantly. So literally all I had to do was remote control on, and that was me type of thing. But to be fair, even then, I would be lazy and put the DVD on instead. You know what I mean, on the TV. So
yeah, I'm the same, man. It's like very rarely I watch my. To be honest, I've got all my horror DVDs here, but at home I've got a whole stack as well. But I don't really. It's too much work to get up and look around and pick something you want to watch when you can just look around on a streaming site and just find something to watch.
No, that's it, man. That's it.
Laziness. Yeah.
This is a wonderful scene, mate. A wonderful scene. The count. I mean, you were the killer.
Robbie, take note, you knobhead.
Totally.
Isn't it? I mean, this is so simple and so effective. I mean, it's just like get somebody suspense. It's a suspense film. Halloween. Like if you could like, in one word, like tell us what you think Halloween is. Explain in one word. It's just like suspense. And like Rob Zombie, Halloween has zero suspense from beginning to end, just no suspense at all. I mean, missing a trick there. Like,
what did you think about this movie when you were? I mean, I'm guessing when I first saw this movie, I was probably, I would say, 10 to 12 years old, something like that. And I remember the fact that he's referred to constantly in this movie as the boogeyman being quite profound on me when I was a kid. There was something supernatural about him. That's
to me, it's like a monster movie. Like he was more than just a guy in a mask. He was like this, just evil, isn't he?
Mm-hmm. Totally. And every time Donald Pleasance delivers that dialogue about him being evil, personified, etc.
Yeah.
You know, I buy it.
Death has come to your little town.
Yes, yeah, exactly. And mind you, I have to say that guy there doesn't take long to get a shot off now, does he? I mean, he's just gone upstairs. He's done. He's dressed. He's combed his hair and he's gone downstairs. He literally must have gone, thank you very much, and then walked out.
That's very bad form, isn't it? Yeah. Take your time, mate.
Exactly.
He must have known that Michael Myers was coming. Like the little kid was going to be coming. So I better come and go.
Totally.
That's great. We're still live. That's good. We're 5 minutes in.
Yeah.
If you ever hear any songs on, if you remember a bit where a song is going to come on, let me know, and I'll turn our music up in the background just to cover over that song.
Sweet. I'm quite impressed with myself because I've also got a little data version of Halloween running on my screen, and it's perfectly synced up to yours, Vas, at the moment. So it's awesome. Nice.
Yeah, I wish I could have put the subtitles on, but I'm not quite sure how to do that on this.
Fair play.
Or do I need to cover the boobies? Oh, actually, they're covered anyway.
Yeah.
Michael.
Sorry,
guys, I need to cover that over then.
Yeah. I think she appears in the odd horror conventions, guest stars. You can get your autograph by Michael Myers' sister. Yeah. She's still dining out of it. Fair play.
That's the thing about horror, isn't it? I mean, it's one of them things where you never know what's going to catch on. And if you get yourself one of those movies, like at least you set up in that sense to go to conventions and things.
Absolutely. A great shot, this, mate. It's an absolutely great shot where it pans out and the music's done. It's just fantastic. The look of horror on those parents' face, you buy into it.
Like, that knife, dude. That is a one big knife.
Totally, mate. Totally. To be fair, and I don't want to be rude or anything, but wee Mikey's sister there, that's probably the biggest thing she's been penetrated with tonight.
Wouldn't be surprised. That's how to start a movie, mate. That is it.
Well, there you go. There's 45 minutes. 45 minutes it took Rob Zombie to do that. 45 fucking minutes. You know what I mean? And he did it, and he fucked it up. It's weird.
Yeah, well, I remember when I was a kid, these were the bits that really got you scared, got you like fearful of the movie. Is these first two big scenes, and like you're already scared of what Michael Myers is. It's like,
no, absolutely. He's a mental case, and he's escaping. It's the old urban legend. If you're a kid watching this, it's the escape mental patient, and there it is on the screen. It's done so bloody well. Like, and again, the photography, the bit where the hand, I don't know what the hand does. When the hand comes down the screen, it kind of goes like this. It kind of goes, and then bang, like that. It kind of, it's not a solid movement. It does something beforehand, but it looks great.
Swing, like, isn't it? It's a swing.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, absolutely.
Donald Pleasance is class in this movie, man.
He's great. And it wasn't. He was the highest paid actor, in the movie for sure. That's pretty much where most of the budget went, was to hire Donald Pleasance, and he could have just rocked.
Did film all the scenes first, like together, like get him in, do all the scenes, and get him out, or did they do it?
I don't know if they did it in chronological order. No, I just don't know. But they might have done, but I would say they probably did. But he was the most expensive thing in it. But fair play to him, because he could have just rocked up and took his paycheck and give some Steven Seagal type performance and fucked off. You know what I mean? But he actually gives it his all. Like, you know what I mean? He's totally believable. Like, as Loomis. Like, he's great. Like.
I like the fact that the music is just constant. It's constant. It barely stops.
Yeah, absolutely. It's
Should we have a look at some of these comments? See what we got.
yeah,
got
go
happening.
for it, go for it.
Have we seen that one? This is Dave says there's also videos or a video that I saw semi recently that shows the differences between the TV version and the theatrical version of The Thing, side by side type stuff. Yeah,
Yep.
it looks like a mess.
Yeah, it is.
Dave, did we go with a 3, 2, 1 type countdown? No, we just put it on.
Sorry, Dave.
Dave says, luckily, this is the scene.
Oh yeah.
Luckily on my Facebook, swear to God, for many months, very loosely, I was commenting back and forth with John Carpenter. The John Carpenter on posts and comments on his page. Wow.
This is the bit. Oosh.
Yeah. The use of dark and shadow on this is just it's done so well. I mean, you can't really see that much, but it's just like it's so apparent.
It's bloody dang.
When you see all the patients out, they look like zombies, don't they? When they're just like wandering around.
Yeah.
And he's on.
Yeah, it's great, man. It's
how does he drive a car? That's the question they ask. He was doing very well last night.
Don't they say, or maybe it's on the TV version? Don't they say that one of the orderlies was teaching him on the quiet or something like that? I'm sure I've heard that one of the orderlies has been teaching him on the quiet.
Dave says he was very nice to get back to me after like the first time. After 2 weeks, he got back to me, and I couldn't believe it was amazing. And his account is the real John Carpenter. There's 2 pages of him.
Wow, that is amazing.
Super cool, that man. That's super cool.
Because he's not the most personable chap as well, so he must have been in a good mood, Dave, to be fair. Because I remember I've seen a couple of interviews with him, and I saw one, and right enough, he gets cornered at a movie convention, and someone says, "Hey man, I love Escape from New York, but man, Escape from LA, what happened, dude?" And he just goes, "Fuck you." Like, that just tells his family, "Fuck you." I was like, "Go on, John, stick up for yourself, man."
To be honest, I feel the same way that guy, but I wouldn't have said that to him. No, meeting John Carpenter, you're not gonna dwell on the like on those types of things, isn't it?
Exactly. His face dropped like he was really angry, John Carpenter, like, "Fuck you."
Yeah. It reminds me of that. I once saw a thing where it was they were interviewing Arnold Schwarzenegger, and this guy was like, he like just kind of jumps in asking questions, and he was like saying, "Oh, when is Last Action Hero 2 coming out?" And Arnie just turned and went, "Give him that look." Like, oh man,
yeah, you don't mess
with
that.
What's wrong with you?
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Dave's saying that he was answering questions about The Thing and Halloween and stuff with him. That's totally awesome, Dave.
That is, yeah.
See if you can get him on the show. We won't ask about Escape from LA.
Yeah. I think the only famous person I had to send me a message was Bruce Campbell. I think this was like in the 90s when the internet just started, and he was already on the internet, and you could send him messages, and he would answer. I think he was in Australia doing Xena or something. And I asked him a question, and he answered. I was like, "Oh, cool! Got a message from Bruce Campbell." But the weird thing was, like, nobody knew who Bruce Campbell was, like in my class or anything at uni. So, but I was proper chuffed, like,
over the moon, man. Totally, man, totally.
Let's have a look here. Dave says I could show the screen caps, but they're on my laptop, and my laptop don't work right now because of storage problems. Ugh. But just casual back and forth over a few months at least so far or so. Yeah, that's wicked, man. That's so wicked, cool. Dave says it's been, I'd say, about 3 months or so. I've no commented it to him and back and forth, just question and answer type stuff casually on his posts. It's very nice of him or any celeb to do so. Absolutely,
totally.
Man. It doesn't take much, doesn't it? And just a little gesture like that, I mean, it would make someone's like, yeah, or something, just a little small gesture like that.
No, that's it. That's absolutely it, mate. It doesn't take much to make a fanboy's, dream come true. Like, yeah. The pace of this film, it just keeps on going, and all the kind of Donald Pleasance stuff, it just nips the story. It's like, okay, we need to get from here to here. And it works perfectly, like as a storytelling device, and that we completely buy into it. And
the time is perfect because he gets there at exactly the right time. So like, you get to see most of the killings already happened by the time he's like they finally meet and everything. So it's like perfect timing.
And the thing is about Dr. Loomis as well. You never once in the Halloween franchise doubt this man's character, and I think that's what I fucking hated about Rob Zombies. You immediately doubting Loomis's character is, he's a sleaze. He's not even a really good psychiatrist. He's fame hungry and all this. Where Donald Pleasance is the man. Like, he's Mr. Dependable. He's Mr. Good, Mr. Righteous.
Yeah.
He's the opposite. He's the anti-Michael Myers, and it's perfect. Like, and I think that's what fucking Malcolm McDowell's character pissed me off so much, because I was like, how can you possibly take Loomis's character and make him into a scumbag? You know what I mean? That's mental. Because you need to root for somebody here. But hey, what?
I didn't quite understand in Halloween 2 why everybody was blaming Loomis. I mean, he didn't kill anybody, and he didn't make Michael Myers into the way he was. He was already like that. So, but everybody was like blaming him. I thought it was strange.
Yeah, I mean, I think, yeah. I mean, I don't know what was in his kind of sleazy books. Perhaps it was something to do with that. But in Halloween Ends as well, they were blaming Jamie Lee Curtis for antagonizing him and stuff like that. So they went down the same story route with that, and neither worked. Neither worked at all. Like.
They've ripped that thing off many times in many movies where they look out the window and they see the boogeyman or whatever, and then they look again and he's gone. I mean, how many times has that been done in different movies?
Yeah. I mean, I think the last most prominent one, I think for me, was done in Nightmare on Elm Street, obviously, and I think it was done recently in It Follows as well, quite gratuitously ripped off in It Follows when she's looking out the classroom window. But it's good. But Jamie Lee Curtis is awesome in this movie, man. 19-year-old. She is the embodiment of the babysitter, She was totally believable as well in her casting, and she's very timid in this movie as well, She's very good and gentle.
White tights on under a skirt, white tights. I mean, come on, she's like 99% covered up.
Yeah, absolutely. She's the atypical virgin. She is.
Yeah.
And there's the music again.
He's just like so intimidating, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's a great shot as well, It was like John Carpenter was treating Michael Myers like the shark from Jaws. He's very much like the shark from Jaws. Just there's hints of him, but never. Not until the end of the movie, you get to see all of them.
Some similar scenes in Assault on Precinct 13, isn't there? With a car where he's got the gun out, looking to shoot people.
Oh yeah, that ice cream van scene still gets me, man. That little kid, can I have an ice cream?
Yeah,
like wow, a little girl with pigtails in it. That you're like, oh my god. I like the fact that John Carpenter basically says, this guy's daytime stalking. This guy's not just a boogeyman in the night. He's daytime stalking. It's absolutely premeditated. He knows exactly what he's about to do and unleash. He's planning it.
Loomis is on the trail.
He is. I'm right in thinking here, this is the scene where he puts the phone down, has a look around, and then the camera slowly pans behind. And am I right in thinking that there's a body hidden somewhere? Yeah. And I think whatever the name of the garage is on that van, It's the same garage that is in part 4 when Loomis comes face to face with Michael. Yeah, Phelps garage.
That's a good scene, that in part 4 where they finally meet and you get that close up on a Michael. I like that scene. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, I'm a sucker for a good camera movement. Me, you know. What impressed me is have some cool little camera movements, and I'm ooh, I like it.
Totally. Now the question is here: how did Donald Pleasance walk past that man and not fucking see him just there? Because he's, you know, butt naked, he's on the verge, right at head height, but he's missed him.
I gotta say, I think PJ Souls is like, I used to have a massive crush on her from this movie, and from Stripes as well. Have you seen Stripes?
Yes.
With Bill Murray.
Yes.
Yeah, those 2 movies. Not so much from Carrie. She's a bit of a bitch in Carrie, isn't she? But these 2 movies, I think she's beautiful, man.
She is beautiful, man. But I think for me, it was always Jamie Lee for me, man. Jamie Lee did this. Yeah, Jamie Lee did this TV movie around a couple of years later about the life story of this model called Dorothy Stratton, who was beaten up quite a lot by her boyfriend, but he eventually killed her, he murdered her. And it was her tragic life story. And I remember she was gorgeous in that bloody TV adaptation. So yeah, I always kind of had a thing for Jamie Lee Curtis, just a crush. And then obviously Trading Places happens, and all bets were off. Again, this is another great scene. You know, the camera follows them. You know, by the end of this scene, you get a feel for who these people are and how they interact with each other.
Yeah,
you know, you only need that one thing to set it up. It's done brilliantly. Like, and there he is in his Volvo.
Yeah, I can't get over how some people say this is a boring movie, not much happens. I mean, it's like there's not one wasted scene in this film.
There isn't. No,
it's not like not one superfluous scene or shot or anything. Everything like tells you something that you need to know, or moves things along, or carries the suspense until we get to the good stuff. I mean, that's great. You don't know what's going to happen there. Anything could happen at that point. You could reverse the car. Is he going to go forward? Is he going to go back? I mean, that's like perfect.
You know, I feel the pain there when I was young, right, Vass? I don't know. You might have been with me when I was young. I saw this red Mini flying past us one time, and Jamesy's brother had a red Mini. So I remember jumping in the middle of the road, going, "Oh, fuck you!" And it wasn't Jamesy's brother. It was like these 3 lads from the avenue, and they got out and kicked the shit out of us. Like, so.
Oh man.
Dope. Never mind. So yes, it definitely could have gone wrong. That.
Yeah.
So nicely shot, like the location of this place as well works amazing with the movie. Like,
it's so American, isn't it?
It is. I mean,
it's like a mythical sort of version of like suburbia sort of American.
Definitely. It feels a little bit green, if you like, and not rather than, you know. But that's a minor gripe. Like, it's a perfect neighborhood for these type of movies.
I don't know. I'm tempted to turn this music down and see if we can get away with it. I can hear the music underneath, and you just turn that down and see what happens.
I mean, that's iconic, like absolutely iconic.
Mm-hmm.
She's brave.
Man, I wish I could turn the volume up, man. The music's so good. I can hear it, but it's like it's not loud enough.
But still, at least we've got pictures so people can see. Though. That's good, man. That is good. All right, she tells him it's Ben Tramer, didn't she? The mythical Ben Tramer. Yeah, I mean, do you know what? It even feels right as well. This scene almost feels like the sun's going down as well. You feel that the Halloween night is approaching now.
Mm-hmm. I was thinking about what you were saying yesterday. It was in my mind. You were talking about Trick or Treat, saying that Brian Cox was based on John Carpenter.
Yeah,
I was like, it was kept running through my head, and I was like, I just do not see it at all, man. I cannot see it.
No, listen, I agree, mate. When I watched the movie, I wasn't thinking of John Carpenter one little bit. It was just afterwards. It was like, oh, we based it on John Carpenter. And I was like, all right, okay. So, yeah.
I thought it was Queen in that movie. There was a bit where he's running away from what's that little dude called again? Sam. Run away from Sam, and Sam's put all that stuff on the stairs, and he kind of falls down the stairs. In the bottom of the stairs, he gets all his hands all cut up, and he's running to the door, and he can't open the door because his hands are all cut up.
Yeah.
And then 2 minutes later, he's like got his hand on the handlebars and on the bars, trying to tell his neighbor, and there's no problem with his hands. And then he's on the phone, and he has no problem using the phone. And then he's got a shotgun, and he's got no problem using a shotgun. And I'm like, well, 2 minutes ago, he couldn't do anything because his hands were all cut up. I'm saying, what the hell happened there?
That's true, and that complimented the editing as well. All right.
That bit always reminds me of the beginning of It. When the little girl sees Pennywise through the curtains. I don't know if that's a callback to this, maybe.
Okay.
Since it's Tommy Lee Wallace that made it.
Yeah, true. Because I can't even remember what role Tommy Lee Wallace played with Halloween, but he was definitely working behind the scenes. He was definitely on this movie, but I don't know what he was doing. Maybe a production assistant or something like that. That's how he knew John Carpenter, and that's how John Carpenter gave him the Halloween 3 gig.
Yeah, it's cool, man. Every little scene has something in it, something like happening. Every little scene.
Yeah.
And it even gets called back later on in the film, doesn't it? When she's getting strangled, she's like, she just thinks she's playing a joke again. Totally.
So we know now that John Carpenter, hated the whole storyline of Jamie Lee Curtis as being Michael Myers' sister, and it was something that he never planned to do, and it was certainly something that wasn't part of Halloween 1 whatsoever. Why do you think he fixates on Laurie then? Because is it just because they shot at his car on the street? Do you think, or
maybe, or she went to the house? She went to the house as well, didn't she? It was like the first woman she saw was him.
That's right.
That's her.
Right. Yeah, that's right.
And he was following the boy as well, and the boy was at the house as well, wasn't he?
Ah, right. Okay. Yeah, you're right. You're right. It's got to be in that little visit.
Right, I'm going to put the music up on this because I think that song comes on now, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Don't Feed the Reaper. I'm going to put some background music on there just to cover it over a bit.
Yeah.
I'm surprised we've gone on so long and everything seems fine, Pete.
Yeah.
This works. We could do that with other movies and see how we get on.
Totally, mate. Totally. We might have stumbled on something here.
I have so much trouble editing movies, like putting clips on and them not getting. You have to edit the fuck out of them just to get it past the copyright claims and things.
Is it like cropping compositions and stuff like that so it doesn't match it, or what's the deal?
Well, I remember at the beginning. I remember when I did my Ricochet one, and I was like, I did not know. It just kept getting done, and I had there was no talk. It was all to music, so it wasn't the dialogue. It was like the visuals. So I would keep mirroring the scenes, flipping them around, and zooming in on little parts, and zooming out, and it was still getting done. I just had to edit really, really like lots and lots of edits.
Yeah,
which I mean, it worked well because it ups the pace of what you're watching at times with the music as well. But it was like such a pain in the ass, and I had to like split it into three different as well because once it goes over a certain length, they'll just copyright it completely.
All right, I get you. Yeah, I made a little silly video on my YouTube channel once, and it was my gremlin mouthing the words to Africa. You know the song Africa?
Yeah. I saw that video. It's good.
You saw that video? I got that taken down as well. Like,
has that been taken down? When did that happen? I couldn't have been that long ago.
I got a notification about 2 months ago or something like that, and I've relaunched it since. So I'm just waiting for it. If it's still there, it's still there, type of thing. But yeah, Warner Brothers copyright warning. I got, so they took it down. But like I said,
is it the song?
It's the song. Yeah, it's the song.
Yeah,
the song. Never mind. Oh, right. Okay. I think that's probably the first time Laurie's ever smoked dope in her life by the looks of that. Jesus.
Like it, yeah.
He's having a tough time.
He's right there. Michael's right there.
Right behind you.
Like everyone's totally oblivious to what's going to happen. Like nobody has any clue whatsoever.
No, exactly. Who was Loomis on the phone to? Just refresh my memory. Who was he on the phone to?
I thought it was the sheriff's office, wasn't it?
I don't know. Because I was just thinking that you think it would have been prudent for Loomis to phone the Haddonfield police station and say there's a killer en route to you right now. But oh yeah, he did. Because here he is meeting the guy. Right? Okay. He's behind you.
He's right there. Just look over. Recognize the car. That's your fucking car, mate.
Hi, it's his car. Walks past the fucking body. Doesn't realize his car's right next to him. Oh, Donald. Moving over there. Exactly.
I think back in them days, weed didn't smell that much. Not like it does now.
No, that's true.
A lot stronger these days. You can smell it a mile away.
Yeah, definitely.
We never see Ben Tramer, do we? In the first one.
No.
But we see him in the second one, don't we?
Yeah. He dies in the second one, does he not? He gets burned alive. Is that him? He gets hit by the cop car.
I'm too distracted by Jamie Lee Curtis's wig in the second one.
Oh yeah, totally.
Just doesn't feel like the same character because her hair looks so different.
Yeah. No, it's a terrible wig. It is a terrible wig indeed.
Is that a comment there? Have a look. I can't remember which ones we were up to now. Oh, okay. Here we go. Yeah, I got that one. All right, okay, so Dave says a few months spread out between, they say like 2 years or something, like semi-often, maybe really mostly towards Halloween times. Or if I just came up with a random idea question for him. Yeah. I suppose if you come up with an interesting question, like, person would answer.
Totally.
Dave says in the scene where Annie and Laurie Strode pull up in the red car at the hardware store, somehow Brackett doesn't smell the weed. That's going to be my newest question to him on Tsar very soon. Yeah. You think you know exactly what it smells like?
Yeah, definitely.
Dave says I picked out the scene where Loomis talks to Brackett for the first time in the middle of the street and Myers drives behind Loomis. Carpenter said, there you go, that's the Easter egg, you saw it. Dave says I've seen the movie a bunch of times and have it on different formats as mentioned, and on every commentary track they never mention it, even the anniversary edition on Blu-ray, they never mention that. And Dave says, for me, because I was raised on Universal monster movies, among many other things, Loomis to me seems like a genuine Van Helsing type character. Absolutely agree with that. Absolutely and Myers obviously the monster, not vampire, but monster. Yeah,
I would agree with that.
Nailed it there, man. I agree completely.
Yeah.
Dave says, ironically, comparing Myers to Jaws, they both have the scenes where people talk about the blackest eyes, the darkest eyes, and in Halloween's the devil's eyes. Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
Clint at one point says black like a doll's eyes or a doll's eyes in Jaws 1. Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. They do it for the same reason. And it says it's not just not just any old shark. Like this is like a
devil
a
shark.
monster shark. Yeah. Whatever. Sam says, last maybe we should put the StreamYard link in the comments. You know, I would, but if we got anybody else on, the screen would be even smaller, and then you wouldn't be able to see anything. So can't do it. I'm tempted to knock Pete off and just have him on audio and then have full screen. I won't do that, Pete. I won't do that to you.
Oh, okay.
I'd never do that to you, Pete.
Oh, you're a legend, man. You're a legend. He's killed a fucking dog in this movie. He does kill a dog, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. Yeah, later on.
Yeah, he does. He does. I remember that. Do you know what's weird? When dogs get killed, like in a lot of horror movies. You know, it happens. But every new movie that I see now where an animal gets killed, when anybody's reviewing it, they'll put like what they call trigger warning. Warning. Animals do die in this movie. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Like,
not bothered about the people dying. Yeah, not bothered about loads of people dying. But if a dog dies or something, or somebody calls somebody like an un-PC name, they're like, a warning for that. You might get triggered by that. I'm like, what?
I triggered a dog's dying. I'm like, well, it didn't die in real life, guys. You know what I mean? Come on. It's escapism, man. Oh, hey-ho.
Is there any black people in this movie, Pete? Any at all?
I don't think there's any black people in Halloween. I don't think so, mate. I can't recall one. I think I think the first time we see a black person is in Halloween 2, one of the nurses, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not in Halloween 1 at all. At all.
Emotionless face, yeah. The devil's eyes. I don't know. You think I can get away with putting the volume up a bit? I don't know. Should I? I don't want to push it, Pete. I don't want to push it.
Well, sometimes you've got to be a little velociraptor and test those fences, mate. You know what I mean? Fucking test those electric fences. Again, another kind of perfect scene here where he's this monologue that he gives is perfect. It completely sets up what's coming.
Mm.
And his somber tone as he delivers the lines.
I mean, he explains it in this 1 minute sequence. He explains the whole history of Michael Myers growing up between being a kid and being an adult better than Rob Zombie does, showing it for 45 minutes just in that one little sequence there.
Absolutely.
My music right down. You never read comics when you were a kid, did you, Pete?
Yeah.
I was never a comics dude. Never was.
No, I think me mum and dad bought me the Beano a couple of times when I was a kid, but that was the most comic I would ever read. Like, to be fair, I remember Elwood being bang into them, and later on in life, I bought a couple of kind of like horror comics. So I bought the comic version of I Am Legend, and it's done by an artist called Steve Niles, who did 30 Days a Night, and the artwork's just stunningly beautiful. And I also bought 30 Days a Night as well, which is by the way, it looks just as beautiful as the film does. I mean, when you go and watch the film after you've read the comic book of that, you can see that they've literally taken every still and made it a scene in the movie. Like, it's meticulously done. But if you ever want to read some horror comics, seek out Steve Niles as the artist, because he's amazing. Like, but apart from that, mate, that's it. I've got friends who live comics. Absolutely, adore them. But it's just like I say, I think
it's a bit too nerdy for me. Like all that comic book stuff.
Yeah.
The only comic book I ever collected was that Army of Darkness one. When Army of Darkness came out, they had a comic book version of it.
That.
Yeah,
you brought that into college.
Yeah. Wish the movie was more like the comic book.
Yeah. What's your thoughts on Army of Darkness now after all these years, Vass? It used to be, it used to be right up there for me, but it's kind of it's dropped down the pecking order a little bit for me as far as Evil Dead movies go.
I mean, it's a fun time. It's a fun time, and Bruce Campbell's wicked in it, and he's got awesome one-liners. But the movie itself, it's just a bit too goofy and a bit too low on the horror. Even the horror bits are a bit like, I don't
practical.
know.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love that.
I like it. It's a good watch.
Yeah. I love that scene where he's delivering the wrong lines, Clatter Veratu Nicto and all that noodle and all that. Brilliant. But as
he always goes over the top. Like the scene after is like totally over the top, where he's getting all the hands come out, and just I don't know why he always goes a bit too far, a bit too like goofy. Woohoo!
He's behind you again. He's the ultimate stalker, like Michael Myers. Like, he likes a stalk. You get the impression that he likes a stalk more than he does a slash. Apart from when he drops the fucking plant pot, like, woo.
He's a bit clumsy as Michael Myers sometimes, isn't he?
He is. Oh, this is the dog bit.
Yeah, the dog's gonna get it.
That's what I felt like doing when my dog ate my glasses.
Sure, Pete. Makes the movie look really old looking at that TV, Pete.
It does,
I'm gonna say that TV, man. I'm sure in
does.
1978 we had a bit better TV than that. What the fuck? That's like the ones you get in, like, in the 50s, 60s movies, isn't it?
It is.
Can barely fit the thing on the bloody screen.
Have you seen the Howard Hawks version of the thing?
I have, yeah. I'm a big fan.
It's
I'm
good,
a big
isn't
fan
it?
of all like black and white movies, like
Yeah.
the classics. I used to, I grew up on them, watch them late at night. I used to watch loads of them. So I like them a lot.
Just think, it's because the little boy's called Tommy. Is that right, Tommy?
Tommy, yeah, I was going to say Tommy Jarvis there. It's not Tommy
Yeah,
Jarvis.
me
is it?
too.
Wrong movie. Wrong movie, man.
But just think, Tommy, in about 40 years' time, you'll be sat in a bar screaming, "Evil dies tonight! Evil dies tonight!"
Totally.
Yeah. What was up with that scene anyway? It was like, talent show. Okay, no problem. Tommy gets up and just tells the story about when his birthday, when everybody got killed. I'm like, that's not a talent, Tommy. That's a downer. You're a Debbie Downer.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Sing a fucking song, man. But no. Debbie Downer. You know, the weird thing is about this movie, I remember when the first times I'm watching it, you're looking at every window and every door and every crevice, and you think, can you see him? Can you see him? Because I know he's there. He'll be there somewhere. And you're checking every frame, which is awesome.
And you just don't know where it's going to come out from, do you?
Absolutely.
It's like, she's left the bloody door open. Close
Yeah.
the damn door. What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Don't you know Michael Myers is out there?
No, absolutely. It's kind of, obviously this was first, but the recent Invisible Man, which I really liked that movie, it was very similar for me. I'm watching the frames of that movie, looking for something to give it away where the guy is, you know what I mean? And it has that kind of...
I've only seen that movie once. I should give it another watch. I've only ever seen it the once. I liked it. I thought it was good, but it didn't blow me away or anything.
Oh, I kind of... I had a good time with it. Yeah, I thought it was tense as hell. And obviously the restaurant scene is fucking phenomenal. Like, absolutely phenomenal. There he is. Behind you again. I don't know, Vass, right? So you're in this dark room, right? You're locked in. It's pretty scary anyway, right? And there's also a stalker kicking around, right? Generally, when I'm on my own anyway, even though I know that there's nobody else in the house, if I hear anything, Vass, or anything suspect or anything like that, I'm like that, going, what the fuck was that?
Mm-hmm.
I'm opening cupboard doors just in case of everything like that. Yeah. She's oblivious to all this. Like, she, it must be a really quiet town that she lives in, zero crime.
I'm happy the kids get away, like.
Yeah.
Because he could easily kill the kids as well, couldn't he? Especially her.
But again, I think if they'd done that, then as a viewer, you're limiting your viewers' chances of actually having a good time with the movie and that, because you can't kill kids and stuff like that. It has a different feel about it when kids get killed. It's a strange one. It's kind of an unwritten law in horror movies, but horror movies these days don't mind going there. I've noticed increasingly more. No trigger warnings though for that. You don't get a trigger warning for that, like.
Totally. There he is.
He's behind you.
How long after this was Halloween 3? Because she's the ex-wife in Halloween 3, isn't she? And she's got like grey hair and that.
Who, her?
Yeah, she's the ex-wife in Halloween 3, isn't she? Tom Atkins' ex-wife.
Right, the actress, not the character. Right, okay. So this was 78 and Halloween 3 was 82. So 4 years.
4 years later.
Yeah. So she'd obviously done The Fog in the interim as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then
I think she's much older than she looks.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's in Assault on Precinct 13. She's like fully grown in that. And that was 2 years before this, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Mm.
There was black people in Assault on Precinct 13.
Main dude's black guy, isn't he? Pretty much.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I don't think John Carpenter did that on purpose or anything. It's just
No.
something I noticed.
He died recently, that guy, man, from Assault on Precinct 13.
Oh, did he?
Literally like a couple of weeks ago. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It must have been a good age.
Yeah, I only notice it when people do it like continuously. Like who's the other guy? No, Edgar Wright.
Mm-hmm.
I always noticed in his movies when he has black people in or colored people in, they're always like very much side characters, and normally they're like if there's a black person in it, the dude will be like the blackest person you've ever seen in your life. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Or it might just be me, but I think the only one that was not like that was Baby Driver, because it's got that dude. What's his name? That annoying guy.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
What's his name? Jamie Foxx.
Jamie Foxx.
Jamie Foxx.
Yeah. Jamie Foxx.
Yeah. But
He's
movies are like you don't find many black people in it.
No, there was a black kid in what you call it, Last Night in Soho. He was like a kind of side character, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose this particular kill does meander a little bit, right enough, by the time you actually get to it. But the suspense is great leading up to it, so it's.
I like the little tune she hums though. That's very catchy.
Yeah. Was it? Oh, Paul. Oh, we might get banned. Shit. No, please, please. Yeah. That's it. Great house. Great light.
Yeah, John Hughes is another director doesn't have many black people in his movies.
John Hughes. Yeah, no, fair enough.
His movies don't really have black people in, and if they do, or like color, or like minorities in, they're very like
stereotypical,
stereotyped.
Yeah.
Wait a second. I'm sure that door was locked. I'm never a fan in slasher movies, when they use guns in slasher movies. I don't think they should do that. It's a slasher movie. They should be slashing. I mean, I can handle like bare hands killing people, but they shouldn't be using guns. Like,
no,
I know in that Prowler, the guy has a gun, doesn't he? And I'm like, having a shotgun. Like, it makes sense because he's an army dude, but I like slashers when they use the sharp things.
Agreed.
My neck's hurting from turning that way all the time. I've got the screen here. I don't know why I keep turning to look at the screen. It just looks bigger when I turn around. It's nice, a big screen, and look at my screen. It's really tiny.
I tell you what, Lindsay scares easily. Like she's like, "Where are you?" And I'm like, "Surely you can realize he's right behind you, like behind the curtain." Again, iconic.
Mm. I feel like in the sequels they play down the boogeyman aspect of it, don't they? In 2 and 4 and 5 and 6, they don't really. He's just Michael Myers, isn't he? They don't really talk about him being the boogeyman.
No, they just go for the old. It's all about the kills. To be fair, by the time you get to 4 and 5, it's just new and invented ways of killing folk, and it loses a bit of its mystery and stuff. But that always happens, I guess. Freddy Krueger.
5 and 6, man, they're so slow, slow. Those movies. I mean, because they don't have like suspense like this one does. They just feel slow, and there's not even that many kills in it.
Mm-mm. Well, I think around about the time of 5 and 6, and even 4, 5, and 6. America was having that huge battle with the MPAA, so you could put whatever kills you wanted in a movie, but they were always going to be cut. Total hack jobs. Like you might as well have just released the movie unrated. But like that, hey Lonnie, get your ass away from there.
Your ass away from there,
Lonnie. Mate, I tell you what,
he's really pleased with himself. Straight afterwards, he's so pleased with himself.
Look at that! Look at that! It's like someone's just given him a fucking Christmas present. He's like that. Oh shit! So that's Dick Baxter, yeah? Dick Baxter. The copper.
Yeah. I think it is, yeah.
He's got some good sideburns, Dick Baxter. I like his sideburns, man.
That's Sheriff Brackett, isn't it?
Oh, is it Sheriff
You're
Brackett?
talking about the guy there?
Yeah. So who the fuck?
Dick Baxter's one of the kids, isn't it?
Is it? Right, okay. Sheriff Brackett. Sheriff Brackett's got some good sideburns. There you go. I think maybe Sheriff Brackett needs to stop arguing with the only man that's trying to help them at this point in time, and maybe get some fucking APBs out or something like that, or maybe patrol the neighborhood. Maybe phone your daughter. Well, mind you, it's too late now. And just say this.
Too late for that.
Yeah.
Did you not dig up any facts on Halloween, Pete? You know me, full of interesting facts.
Do you know what? I didn't, because I thought to myself, well, I think we probably already know most of the stuff about this movie, but
yeah, I've watched like a ton of documentaries on Bleed Halloween.
Yeah.
Like, I'm always amazed how John Carpenter could manage to he must have done 50 documentaries where he's had to talk about Halloween, but he still manages to say something that you haven't heard before. I'm like, I don't know how he does it.
Yeah, true. His commentaries and his documentaries and stuff like that, they're always good, but there's some of them you feel that he's getting prodded a little bit. I remember there's one documentary, I think it's on The Thing, Scream Factory one, and it's Mick Garris. I know you don't like that guy, but it's him interviewing John Carpenter, and you can tell that they've been friends for quite some time, but I think he just catches him on a bad day or something, and he's even quite ignorant to Mick Garrison. Like there's sometimes I think you can only get to a certain age where there's no more original questions. If you know what I mean, he must get asked the same questions constantly. And I remember on this interview, you definitely got the feeling that he wasn't overly enamored going through the same questions again.
I'm sure I've mentioned how much I dislike Mick Garris as the movie maker.
Yeah, you have, man. But yeah, the other day you were about to play Hocus Pocus 2, man. What's going on there, man? Going in the line.
No, I caught myself. I even watched that one that was on Netflix with Marlon Wayans. Can't remember what it was even called. He's got like a Halloween movie out,
right?
A kids movie. But that was rubbish.
Was it?
There's one funny scene. All these all the decorations come alive with this weird light thing that goes inside them, and they all come alive. And these skeleton, like I think they're like American football players, but they're all made of skeletons. And he rips them the arms off and does like kung fu with them, like nunchucks.
Oh, yeah,
that was like the only funny scene in the whole movie. That bit was funny, but the rest of it was
you like that.
It's a kids' film, isn't it? Like that bloody Hoobie Halloween. Did you watch that the year before? It was a fucking terrible film, that.
Yes,
bloody Hoobie Halloween.
I saw the wee trailer and I was like, no, that's not for me. Oh, talking about trailers, mate. The fucking Evil Dead Rise trailer was supposed to drop today, but they're not doing it. They're just not going to drop the trailer anymore. They've instead released a still from the movie. You get to see like a possessed person. She's at some door and it's looking through a keyhole, and she's like that at the door, and she seems to have quite the top of her head is missing. You can see her brains and stuff like that, and she's got the Evil Dead contacts in. Very, very looks like Demons 2 or Wreck. I'm looking at that photo. I'm thinking that reminds me of Wreck. So yeah. I was looking forward to that trailer, man. I watched a trailer before I came on here, mate, for a movie called In the Dirt. I think it's called. You should check that out. It looks all right. It looks good. Okay. Some of the same boys. Have you ever seen that movie, The Endless?
It sounds familiar, but
yeah,
no, I don't know.
It's not a bad film.
That's strange. That I mean, it's the perfect day to drop a horror movie trailer on bloody Halloween. Totally. When it comes around once a year.
Exactly. Do
I need to?
No, I think it's only when he comes back for a beer. Do you know what? This was always the fucking scene where my parents would walk in. The bit with the beer.
It's not bad, actually. It's not that bad.
Oh, yeah. No. It would always be the scene where they'd walk in and they're like, "What are you watching?" And I'm like, "Oh."
Yeah, this is the worst bit because you can see under the cover like a bit too much there. Even though you can't see it, you can see what's happening.
Yeah, it's more that
I'm a prude, so I would say that I'm a total prude. I never cut anything out of this one when I had it copied on VHS, Pete, and I never cut anything out of this movie.
No. Lord of Illusions, that got it tight, that movie. I remember that.
It did, yeah. If you watch the theatrical version of Lord of Illusion, they cut all that stuff out anyway. Okay, it's fine.
Oh, did they?
Yeah. Because when it came out, I remember when it came out on, it never got a theatrical release, and it came out on video, and it came out as the director's cut. Right. And that's the one I watched. And then later on, I just watched the theatrical cut, and pretty much everything I cut out of it, it was cut out. It was already cut out.
Holy shit! I always thought it looked like she had a rabbit's ear there or something, but it's just the cover. It's weird.
I don't know, man. This doesn't seem like the type of movie you'd watch like at a party. Like in Scream when they're watching this at a party.
Yeah,
I'm like, it's not really that kind of movie you watch with a bunch of people drinking and being noisy and stuff. It just wouldn't
No.
work. I mean, something like Evil Dead would work, but not this.
Yeah, 50 minutes before you get your first kill, I think those party goers would be pretty pissed off.
And he says, "Oh, the blood, it's too red." And like, well, there's no blood in it. They don't show any blood. You just totally made that up.
This is true. This is true.
They do the same one in Halloween 2. They do this kill in Halloween 2, don't they? Or is it the Halloween 1? The Rob Zombies.
Yes, they do. They do. Yeah, they mimic it big time.
Yeah,
it's at the top of the stairs, I think, and the camera angles from the bottom of the stairs.
I like the one in Halloween 2, the original Halloween 2, with the nurse with the scalpel.
He picks her up.
He stabs her in the back and lifts her up.
Yeah,
I mean, it's ridiculous, but it's an awesome scene. And the shoes fall off.
Shoes fall off. Yeah,
lovely touch. That.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's thinking, that's not physically possible. That's against the laws of physics. That's what he's thinking there.
That scared me a lot
when
I was a kid.
Oh, I got some comments there, dude. Look here. Whoa. All right. Oh, yeah, he said Clint when he was talking about Jaws there. Yeah, we got that, Davey.
Yeah.
Dave says, even though they were fake as crap looking CGI crap, I still didn't like in the movie Prey, the predator killing animals, like how much of a threat was a wolf.
Fast.
Have I got it? She's got big ones, man. Or is it the screen that's big?
It must be. Oh, it's cropped anyway. We didn't see it.
It's cropped anyway.
Yeah.
Phew.
Right. What was Dave saying there, mate?
He said he didn't like the animals being killed in Prey, even though they were CGI, and like a wolf is not a threat to the predator, is he? Really?
He's a hunter.
That movie kind of came and went, didn't it?
Prey.
Like nobody talks about Prey anymore.
Well, I mean that's streaming though, mate. That's what happens in streaming. You know what I mean? It's movies on streaming, when they come out to streaming, they become like McDonald's, just consume.
Yeah, there's some movies that just kind of just stick around. Like I remember when Host came out on Shudder. Remember Host?
Yep.
That one there. I mean, everyone was talking that for like forever, and rightly too, because it was it
was very
awesome
good
film, but.
Yeah, it was very good. Okay. It was a nice little surprise, that Host. It should. There's no way it should have been as good as it ended up being. It was great. It's like that.
I'm touching the boobs.
There we go.
Michael Myers not into any of the sexy stuff, is he? He just wanted to kill him, and that's it.
No. He's all about the kill.
Dave says, up until March 2004, with a death in the family, my mother at age 60, I had 9 boxes of 360 comic books, plus about 100 loosely too, that I had to sell, unfortunately, due to big tax real estate bills. Oh, that's a shame, mate.
Yeah, totally.
I remember you used to sell your videotapes quite periodically. You get yourself a good collection, then you need money, and sell them off, and then start buying them again.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people do that.
I think so. I mean... Obviously, I'm at a certain age now where I don't do those.
Especially like when you're moving that. A lot of people like sell the stuff off.
Yeah, that's it, mate. That's it. I think of all the
once you got your own house and that, innit? When you got your own place, you can just. Dave says, nowadays I need 100 more The Amazing Spider-Mans from the original series. This 431 of them. I need 100 or so more again, but casually though. I'm casually priced, best I can.
Fair play.
I think it's an expensive hobby, is being a comic book fan.
Yeah.
Dave says, not to name drop, lol, but Neil Adams agreed that thank God at least I had the comic books then to sell to pay off the £1,800 a month real estate bills. I met Neil Adams at a Boston. Oh, he met Neil. I don't know who Neil Adams is.
No,
Do you know who Neil Adams is?
No, I don't, mate. But
that's a valuable collection there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dave says, I know I can never have the same collection ever again. It was over $5,000 or so estimated. So now it's just a meager collection, mostly the Amazing Spider-Man in Spider-Man titles again. Dave says, I have a bunch of other comic books, but it only equals out to probably under 100 various comic books besides the Spider-Man ones. That seems like a fair few to me.
Definitely.
Hassan says, what do you guys think about the new analog horror style? What does that mean?
Analog horror. My kids talk about this. Yeah, analog horror. It's a web phenomenon, and to be honest, I haven't really sampled it, but my kids kind of like it. I don't know whether it's. I don't know what. Yeah, maybe Google it.
What is it? I don't understand.
I've got it. Yeah, Google it.
I'll ask him.
It's something to do with. It's a web phenomenon. I know that, mate. But my kids talk about it. They seem to like it. They seem to say it's good, but I've not sampled any of it.
Mm-hmm. Let's have a look here. So sorry, Hassan, I got no clue what that is. Dave says in real life, Tom Atkins' wife was the lady in the next room that zaps her face with the button from the Halloween Mask and Halloween 3. Is that true? Is that really? Is that right?
Oh, yeah. Tom could.
She looks like she was homely in that, didn't she?
She was punching above her weight, man. Was she not?
Wow.
Yeah.
I think Tom Atkins was pretty old, you know. Like he's got that kind of his face looks all right, but he's like the way he carries himself, it's a bit like an old person. Like so I think even back then he was pretty old.
Yeah, probably was, mate. Probably was.
Dave says PJ Souls trips over the track for the camera at the end of the scene in the dark and they kept it in.
I like these little tidbits.
Dave, right after she gets off the couch and walks to the living room, she trips over the track. Oh, cool. Dave says, I still have Lord of Illusion Director's Cut on store-bought VHS from when it came out, or weeks after it did. Yeah. I was probably looking forward to that because I was such a big fan of Nightbreed. Which I feel like that's another movie that's like it's just got a great sort of like atmosphere to it. Like I don't know. I like when they mix fantasy and horror. I think it works if they do it right. I think it works really, really well. Yeah.
No, I like Nightbreed. I didn't like the Cabal cut. Like I have to say, I thought.
No, me neither. Yeah,
the original cut was much better.
Yeah, I downloaded it. It was just extra stuff that didn't need to be there, and like it just made you like. I think it made more sense. The normal cut made more sense. Yeah, I didn't have a problem with the normal cut, but the Cabal cut was kind of like the holy grail for Nightbreed fans, wasn't it? So everyone was kind of clambering after it, and then all of a sudden, there's another cut, isn't there? There's another cut as well that's even longer, like a proper 3-hour version or something. Jesus. Yeah, there's like a proper long cut that's I think they only show it at festivals and things, or you can get it in like black market DVDs or something. You can get them, but the one that they released was only like 40 minutes extra, so it's like 2 hours 20. But I think the actual full version is over. It's like 3 hours long. Wow, Jesus! I've never seen that one. No, not me. Your meat for the beast. Gotta love that movie. I always remember. Do you remember the Commodore Amiga game of Nightbreed, where fucking I remember playing it at Elwood's house. Yeah, and you had to run away from the monster. So you just toggle like fucking. It's like that. Good movie. I was always thinking to do like I would do a walkthrough as a YouTube video, do a walkthrough of that game, but I have to get like an emulator and find the game and stick it on. I think there's two versions of that game. There's two Nightbreed games. One's like the story of the movie, and the other one's like an action version of it. Oh, right, so it's like an action game. I get you. But I think the one we played was like just the story of the movie.
I was going to say, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I remember playing that game.
Do you remember the Amiga had some good games for me? Like I remember the Batman game being brilliant, but I also remember It Came from the Desert. Did you ever play It Came from the Desert on the Amiga? That was a stunning game.
Never heard of it.
But the giant ants. There's videos of It Came from the Desert on YouTube, and it's phenomenal. Like phenomenal game.
Mm-hmm.
All right, okay. So it's reveal time. Jamie Lee's about to realize that.
It's all going to kick off now, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for it to say the keys. That's in a bit.
Well, there might be some
I mean,
boob
shots, man. The iconic shots. I mean,
oh no, there isn't. No boobies. Totally.
I mean, this movie used to be so scary, man.
Yeah.
I've overwatched it far too much just to enjoy the movie now, but it used
Yeah.
to be so scary when I was little. She's not cutting half or anything there, she's just like the other half is on the other side of the cupboard, is it?
Yeah, I think he's just squeezed her in.
I always thought when I was a kid that she was chopped in half. It was just half of her
there. Oh, this is just a perfect shot. A perfect shot. Oof. That's just fucking scary, mate.
The sound's gone completely. I can't hear anything.
Hmm.
I'm wondering what the.
I think I read somewhere that when this originally came out, it kind of got moderate to shit reviews, but when it started picking up traction, it kind of got re-reviewed, and the reviews suddenly became a lot more positive because of audience reaction and word of mouth.
I'm going to see if I can turn the volume up. I don't even know how to do it. I might actually accidentally turn it off, but I'm going to give it a go.
Okay.
I like when they have icons instead of bloody.
In case you've just tuned in, Vasi is trying to conquer technology at this moment in time by searching for the volume up button.
The volume's just totally knocked off or something. I don't know why that is. It's got full volume there, and it's like nothing. So go back out and go back in again. Is that not a good idea?
Nah. Wait, I wonder what happened. Hold on.
I'll just let it play. So it's pretty much the end anyway, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, it's the keys bit, mate.
And the keys, what are the keys? Those kids, man, open the bloody door for God's sake.
They are slow as shit. The weird thing is, they've just gone to bed on their own as well. Like,
I'm gonna go out of it just for a second. I'm gonna go back into it.
okay.
Start from where we left off. Yes. That's a bit better.
Yeah.
I didn't even notice when the sound went off there. So I'll put a little bit of music in the background and hopefully it'll cover it up. Some of the sound effects are a bit like, you know, cartoon sound effects. Like when he falls down there, it's like the ones used in cartoon, the beautiful. Or when she's chucking up the pot of plant, and when it hits the thing, it's that sort of sound effect you get in cartoons.
When he falls off the balcony at the end, it's proper Wile E. Coyote. It makes a Wile E. Coyote got it on the ground when he falls off the balcony.
Yeah. Expecting to go, wow, wee wee. Lucky Loomis is walking down that street.
Yeah.
At that exact moment.
I do like this bit where the kids kind of run out screaming. And for me, when I was a kid watching it, it kind of represents salvation a little bit. This bit, you kind of breathe a little bit easier because he's got a gun in and he knows exactly who he's dealing with.
Not like Malcolm McDowell in bloody Rob Zombie's Halloween trying to have a conversation with Michael Myers.
Totally. Was the boogeyman Tommy Sharp?
You didn't kill him, though, Jamie.
He's behind you again.
She's smart.
Yeah, I like that.
What do you think is the thinking behind in the sequels to change the mask? I mean, the mask is perfect in the first movie. What's the point in changing the mask? Like, just keep changing it and changing it in all the different sequels.
Do you know what it is, mate? Vanity. It's vanity. It's some fucking special effects guy saying, if I just tweak it here, then it's my signature piece. That's my only possible take on what it possibly could be, because you're right, it is perfect, so why change it? So for me, it must be vanity, mate.
I mean, if I had a T-shirt with Michael Myers on, which I've got one on now, but I mean, I would have the one from the original Halloween. I wouldn't bother with any of the others.
No, totally. The mask, but by the time
this scene always scared me as a kid as well.
Yeah.
John Carpenter's really good at shooting like in confined spaces and that, isn't he?
Yeah.
Like making it really claustrophobic.
It's amazing how good this movie still looks, mate. You know, I get the fashions are very, you know, late 70s. Yeah, absolutely. But it looks better than a hell of a lot of movies that are made today.
I think there's magic in this movie, man, Pete. I think it's movie magic.
It is. You're right.
I think that's why John Carter's my favorite, because he can bring that like to all his best movies. He just has that magic. I would have kept hold of the knife, me, like. I wouldn't have thrown it away.
Yeah, totally. All these kind of mistakes that Jamie Lee makes in this movie, are endlessly copied in other horror movies afterwards. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, just don't kneel down there. Just
go.
go.
Don't look the other way. Don't be like exactly. Yeah, keep your eye on the bloody.
Get the fuck out of the house. Aye, totally.
Yeah, why didn't she not leave with him?
Yeah, I don't know. She stays in the house. It's next to the killer.
Maybe she's just distraught and that.
Yeah.
She can't believe all her friends are dead and all that business. Doo-dum. Dum, doo-dum.
There we go. The kids have got the right idea.
They even give Malcolm McDowell the same Mac, didn't they, in Halloween? In Rob Zombie.
Yeah.
But he ain't no Sam Loomis.
No.
What's loud, that man? Let me put the music up a bit. I'm going to get copyrighted there. So we should count the shots, Pete.
Right.
1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
He did shoot him 6 times.
It is, yeah. Wait, I think the gun only holds 6 bullets, so.
Oh, yeah, good point. Oh, yeah, because he presses it again, doesn't he?
That he was.
Ooh. Such a great scene.
I like the ending where they show the shots of all the different empty spaces where he's being
just his breathing.
Yeah, I've got to turn that down now because that's pure John Carpenter theme there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get in trouble for that. Right, let's go on with some comments. Where are we at now? Okay.
Maya's house. Bravo, like totally bravo.
Hassan says, do you guys think the Halloween series should end?
Yes.
I think they should have ended it after 3. I would have been happy with the ended after 3.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's had its day.
It's like 20. Yeah.
All you're going to do is just regurgitate. So, let's have some more original horror. Start off new legacies. Yeah. Everything these days is property, you know. It's all about franchise and stuff like that, and it shouldn't be. It's just storytelling. That's what it should be about. For more original stuff, please. Like Barbarian the other night, you know, a nice original horror film. You know what I mean? It's more of that, please. You know, Smile I enjoyed. You know, let's have more original horror. Although Smile was quite a bit of a rip off of quite a few films, right enough. But
yeah. Dave says Neil Adams died a few months ago. He was a legendary artist for DC Comics. He did a lot of the Batman comic books in the attempted to say 70s, 80s, and 90s. Okay.
Oh, so he's a bit of a legend.
Dave, I re-wondered how. No, I didn't get that one there. How necessarily did Myers haul that gravestone around? Ever wondered that the other day when I was watching parts of it on the AMC?
In daylight as well, in broad daylight. You know, it's surely that's going to look suspicious.
Yeah. Dr. Impossible of Counterpunch 1984. That's interesting wallpaper. Remind me to head into B&Q and ask for Halloween wallpaper.
Yes.
Splatter blood. You should do that exactly thing. Yes. Dave says, I guess he could have drove it back to the in a station wagon. But how did he pick it up and walk it across the whole bunch of graveyard stones to put it in the car or station wagon? Then up a whole bunch of stairs without anybody seeing.
It's true.
Dave, well, also Pete Carpenter said it was doing terrible before they added the music. Then when they added the music after a screening or two, they also helped to pick up into even better.
Interesting.
Yeah, the score makes all the difference, doesn't it? Yeah. I play this in the car all the time. Halloween theme.
Yeah.
Proper gets me in a good mood. Dave says, I found out. Sorry?
I was going to say, I bet that's not freaky at all for the folk at the bus stop that you drive past and that.
No, I don't have my windows down and that and blast it. I don't even have the windows up.
Fair.
Dave, I found out recently when Michael Myers busts through the closet that's Tommy Lee Wallace standing in for one of the stunt guys.
Right.
Found that fact out recently.
That's what he did on the Halloween.
Dave boosty only for the one scene, I believe. Stream's been great so far. That's the end of the stream, mate. We've got through the movie.
That's it.
In Halloween, Loomis says 6 times he shot him, but then count part 2 start.
Oh,
Did we show the end of this? Well, yeah, I think that's just the recap, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a recap at the start of part 2, but I'm not sure he shoots him 6 times in the recap.
Dave says in the part 1, Loomis shoots him 6 times. At the start of Halloween 2, count the bullets, he shoots him 7 or 8 times instead. But yeah, he still says, I shot him 6 times.
Yes, he does. And it's iconic. I love that. I think there's loads of YouTube videos of just him saying that on repeat constantly. Like, brilliant.
Oh, it started again.
Yeah, it started again.
I was thinking, I don't remember this bit at the end.
No, it started again. Well, Vassy, that's 31 movies, mate.
That is, yeah, that was the last movie, wasn't it?
That was the last movie. Like, that was, it feels like an accomplishment.
Never done that before, Pete.
What, 31 movies?
Never watched 31 movies in 31 days. It's just normally Halloween, like that week, I'll watch a bunch of movies, but really don't like go at it like exactly one movie every day.
Yeah.
It's a good challenge, that man. It's really good.
I've enjoyed it. I have enjoyed it. It was full on sometimes. I mean, you know, some days you've just got far too much on. You're like, oh fuck, I've got to watch the Slayer. I must watch the Slayer. And then you put the Slayer on and you're like, ugh. So let's talk about the overall challenge itself, Vass. What has been your favourite and your worst movie? And give me a gem.
Right, let me get me list out then,
No problem.
because I have trouble remembering all the movies we've watched. Because we watch a lot of other movies in between as well, don't we?
Totally.
Here we go. God, so long ago.
I don't know.
There we go. Found it. Right. Okay. Oh, that's tough, man, Pete. I mean,
Yeah.
in the first week, Jacob's Ladder was my highlight of the first week.
Yeah.
And the worst one in the first week was what was it? I think The Slayer was in the first week, wasn't it? It was movie number 7. That was the first week.
It was technically the second week, because I think there was 2 days.
Oh,
when
right,
we
yeah,
had
because we
REI.
started on there.
Yeah,
That's right, yeah. But The
REI
Slayer
was
was horrible, yeah. And X was just rubbish. I'd give it a second go, and I'm never ever going to watch that movie again. I'm not even going to bother watching Pearl either. Basket Case was a nice one that I'd never seen, and that was definitely worth watching. I'm happy I got to watch that.
Yeah.
Unlike Ghoulies 2, which I'd also never seen, but that was a horrendously bad movie.
A terrible movie.
Yeah. Let's have a look. Pumpkinhead was nice to rewatch after so long, because it's been bloody ages since I've seen that.
Yeah.
And that definitely holds up. Event Horizon was another one of the S tier movies.
Yeah.
Just fantastic. And the first Power was not as good as I remember it. I mean, if you remember bits of the movie after 30 years,
Yeah.
I was expecting it to be better than it was, but it had its moments, though. It did have its moments.
Yeah. The Horseman.
Yeah, and I'm afraid this week, Halloween Halloween 2, Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, was just the worst. And I still didn't like Trick or Treat, but it was fine. It was fine. It was all right. It was okay. Same with the Art the Clown. I've had my fill of Art the Clown. I might take a break until the next movie comes out. I'm going to stay away from Art the Clown until then. That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, I am arted out.
Mm-hmm. And of course, today's movie, Halloween, was it's a winner, man. It's a winner.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a winner.
Definitely.
You got it on 4K, have you, Pete? Halloween?
Have I got Halloween on 4K? I don't think so. No, I've got Halloween 3 on 4K, but yeah, it's something I need to remedy, because I think you can pick it up for about 12 quid on 4K now, which is quite good. So yeah, I'll sort that at some point, I think. But the Halloween 3 one was the Scream Factory ones, the US import. So
okay,
packed full of nice extras.
The 4Ks, they're not region locked, are they? 4Ks, is that right?
That's right. The Blu-ray discs are locked, but the 4K discs aren't locked. So the good value on that score, for sure. But I was thinking, out of everything we've watched, mate, I think probably for me the best kind of viewing experience. I'm not talking about the quality of movie. I'm talking about the best viewing experience. I think I had a blast watching Event Horizon again, because I was watching it with the kids and they'd not seen it before. And they shut right the fuck up, and they got into it as well. So I'm going to say Event Horizon for the best enjoyment. I think my gem,
along with that.
My gem was, like you say, Basket Case. You know what I mean? Was a bit of a gem. Can't believe I haven't seen that, but it's got to be that Dream House one.
Dream Home.
Dream Home. I thought that was a gem. So I would never.
That's
have
one
seen
I'm glad
that.
I watched. Yeah.
I would never have seen that
watching that movie. Yeah, that's definitely like an underseen movie. Like,
definitely.
I'd never even heard of the movie, and it was like it deserves to be seen.
100%. I was thinking about the worst, mate, and I was thinking, it's got to be The Slayer. But no, it has to be Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, because
Halloween 2,
you know,
can't get worse than that, mate.
Exactly. The Slayer was boring. You know what I mean? Where Halloween 2 was just utter garbage. Like, so it's Halloween 2 is my worst. of the 31 movies, which is a feat.
Yeah, well, at least we get to not watch that movie ever again.
That's right. That's right.
No one can say we didn't do our due diligence, like watching these movies that we know we don't like.
Yes.
And giving them another shot. I can't think of any other forum where I would go ahead and watch that movie again, but we did it.
Yeah.
And we ain't ever doing it again.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So if there's ever challenges in the past, if there's ever challenges in the future like this that we do, we can introduce that as a rule, can't we? We can say it can't be anything that you nominated last year or last time, so we don't have to,
Yeah, got to be fresh choices. Yeah, everything's got to be fresh.
Yeah, cover new ground. Yeah, absolutely. Well, nah, I enjoyed watching Halloween there, mate. It's a shame that we can't watch it with volume because of the powers that be, right enough. But it's still mint and it still looks glorious. Like it's just it's
we know it so well. It's like can pretty much even without the sound, even just a bunch of stills. I could imagine every scene that would be in it, around it, just from a picture.
Yeah. And it's 90 minutes that fairly zip along, right enough. But yes. So what's your plans for the remainder of Halloween night, mate?
I don't know, man. I think I might turn in, have some food, and go to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah. It takes long. It takes quite a lot of work prepping for these streams, so I'm a bit battered, to be honest. And this one came quite hot on the heels of the last one, didn't it? Literally, one day later. I don't think we should do that again, to be honest.
It did. But hey ho, it's done. October's done. But I'm guessing, we've got November and December. November, as far as horror goes, we might get some releases, I guess. But I do like a bit of Christmas horror. I don't know about you, Bas. Christmas horror. I like revisiting movies like Better Watch Out and stuff like that. Yeah. Any Christmas horror that you like?
Aside from Gremlins, I can't really think of any, to be honest, that I really like.
Okay, well, Black Christmas.
Yeah, Black Christmas is good. Yeah,
Fair,
it's not one of those movies I watch very often, to be honest. I think it feels like Christmas time is a good time to just not necessarily Christmassy movie, but ghost stories seem to come up quite a lot, Christmas time, Scrooge sort of stories, not Scrooge. Scrooge. Well, yeah, it seems like you get a lot of ghost stories coming out around Christmas time. I like ghost stories.
Yeah, true.
Mm-hmm. So what we're going to do next, Pete? That's the question.
That's the question, mate. Yeah, listen, I'm open to any suggestions, man.
I'm still down for doing the horror tier lists. Pick a year. I'll get all the movies and we'll just rank every horror movie that came out in that year and find out which is and then we'll score them up and we'll see how good that year is, and then we'll compare it with another year and see which one comes out on top.
I like the sound of that, Vass. I like the sound of that. I've seen your horror tier videos. They're very technical as well. There's a hell of a lot of thought that goes into there, Vass.
Making the lists in the first place is hard because most people they just grab them from already made ones, but I was going year to year and I had to have them scored so that you can compare them. So yeah, I would. That might be nice. Maybe not do it every week though, once every 2-3 weeks or something.
When, like I say, I am just a mere passenger, Vass. So I'll be ready when you want to ride the bus. Yeah, absolutely, mate. Absolutely. You just let me know, mate, and I'll be there.
Right, let's get through these comments and then we'll call it quits.
We'll wrap it up.
Dave says every time I retract the type or type statement, it still shows up on your feed somehow. That's why there's odd doubles of me starting to say something then falling off it. Yeah, it does show up even if you hide the comment or retract the comment, it still shows up. Dave Boosie, well, I think we can easily say it was good fun, at least success. Absolutely. Went better than I thought it was gonna. We should maybe think of another movie to watch, isn't it, Pete?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
totally.
That might be a good idea.
I wouldn't
every
mind.
once in a while.
Yeah, definitely. Like The Thing
of a good one, isn't it?
Yeah,
everything keeps getting repeated all the time.
That's true. That is
I think there's about 10 Halloween streams tonight that we were vying for. But ours was the best, of course.
Exactly.
Dave says it seemed that all three of us and more of us that are here will all synced in, so that was pretty cool. It worked out. Oh, great! That's great. That other people watching like on their own TVs and that. That's brilliant. San says, how about next time you put the first 14 or something in a poll and let the chat vote top 7 get used? Yeah, that might be it, because I think some people just picked ones that they knew we didn't want to watch just to be pricks.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did, Bath. But you did mention, you did utter the words, I hope no one gives me Rob Zombie movies. So it's actually you to blame for that one, to be fair.
Could have been worse. I said the same thing about Eli Roth movies and nobody mentioned those. So I was
True.
It could have been worse. Dave says, odds are Pete's going to rant about Ghoulies 2 again. Lol, as mentioned before, I guess the full moon aspect of it didn't hit you good enough. All right. I didn't hate the movie, but I can see why people don't like it. I wouldn't like Ghoulies 2 or even 3. I haven't seen part 4 yet. I find the series kind of silly. It does really irk me, but I just find it silly, Yeah, enough of Ghoulies 2. I still haven't seen the first Ghoulies, to be honest. I don't know. By 2 and 3, which I've seen, I don't really want to watch the first one. Dave says, I like Ghoulies 1 and Ghoulies 2 wasn't that bad to me, and even part 3 has its moments, but nothing spectacular. I give the first one 7 out of Boofy 10. Well, that's a pretty good recommendation right there.
That's a good recommendation, to be fair, yeah.
Totally is. Right then, people, we have completed our challenge of 31 days of Halloween. Today is Halloween. Tonight is Halloween. It was Halloween night. Thanks very much for sticking around and for everyone who's been with us each week, especially Dave. He's been a rock. We really, really appreciate him being around and giving us a good chat. So, yeah, we will be back. We will see you soon. Don't know when, but it will be right here. And it will be something fun, something exciting, something cool. So until next time, everybody, we bid you farewell.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.